Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Late Night with TrevisMichelle, your host. I am just so excited. This is the last week of 2021, and I thank you all for coming, for being a part tonight. Let me tell you something. We are talking about how we're going to walk into 2022. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not walking just, with my head down. I have swag in my step. Let me tell you something. I have my head, my crown is fixed. Yes, that's right. I have what attitude, and y'all know I'm from New York City, so you know what I'm saying. That's right. I'm feeling good about myself because I'm walking into it with expectation. I'm walking into it with confidence. I'm walking into it knowing what my business, my personal life, my health, my wealth, my relationships are on a whole different level. Now, I don't know about you, but I can tell you about me. And so tonight on Late Night with TrevisMichelle, we are going to just spend some time sharing what we're going to do to walk into 2022 differently, how we're going to boss up. I'm also going to share with you my journal that has gone number one internationally in the US and Ireland, Britain. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. So you can grab your copy. I will put a link down there. But what have you done to stay focused? What are you going to do to get focused? It's okay if you haven't made it there yet. But we're talking about the ugly side of the backstory. So we're just going to recap some things that have happened over the year and then what is allowing us to move to the next level. And today I'm just so excited that I have the pleasure of having a special guest. Now, y'all know when I advertised this, it was just going to be me and I was going to come on. Well, can I tell you that God is always right on time? Because I'm struggling today. Y'all just don't realize when I come on Wednesdays and stuff, and I have my radiation and I'm going through my chemo, and it's been a long haul. And Dr. Nikki says, "Oh, guess what? I'm coming on with you tonight." My heart lifted. She doesn't even know that. She has just no idea how excited. So without further ado, I am bringing on Dr. Nikki Ziegler. Dr. Nikki, yes, Queen.
What's up,
I want, you know what? Look, this is free for all night. So I just want you to go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us how wonderful you are. Tell us what you do. Go ahead.
Hey guys, y'all love my nails? Okay.
Oh, beautiful. As always, the hair flowing. Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Hello, I'm Dr. Nikki Ziegler with the Herpreneur Network. One of Travis' 12 friends. I'm in this thing. Listen, I told her, I said, listen, I'm coming on your show. We're going to have fun. We're going to have fun. We're going to have fun. We got 1 hour to show up and show out. Shout out to them ambassadors where y'all at. Let us know you up in this thing. I'm excited. I'm going to tell you what I got planned. So my book came. And so I wanted to open my book up on your show. I waited until it came, and I wanted to open it up on the show. So whenever you tell me to open up, I'm gonna do it. But I'm here for
Nikki, now, see, I didn't wear any eyelashes tonight. Y'all see my gray coming in. Because see, when you're in chemotherapy, I don't want any extra chemicals. So I'm like, look, we've been through 2020. We know that Diddy doesn't have his hair black anymore, and he went gray, and the announcers on TV. So it's all right now. But I trust and believe and trust. After my treatments, I will be in that chair. But right now,
yes,
just gonna have a good time. You, Dr. Nikki, look, I'm just the fact that just being a part of the Herpreneur Network, and for those of you who don't know what the Herpreneur Network is, we're on Clubhouse, but we're global, and it's a group of Christian business women, and we actually adjust each other's crowns, and we support each other's businesses. We collaborate because collaboration trumps what competition. And we're really about it. So you might come on there and you get a word. You come on there and you get a business word. You get a relationship word. If you're married, if you're single, all kind of stuff be popping off in there. And multi-millionaire people come in. It's just a great space. And I'm just so happy that I am one of Dr. Nikki's 12. Because let me tell you something. You can't have everybody in your circle. Mm-mm.
Can't
You
do
can't.
it.
This is pruning season. This is pruning. Y'all don't realize you only got some of y'all only on it for a couple more days.
Okay. I do have 2 surprises for you. You ready for your surprise?
Okay, tell me my first one. I'm ready. I'm ready.
You ready for your
I'm
no?
ready. And y'all, while you're doing this, please share because you know we're on YouTube and we're on Facebook. So go ahead and share this because we're having fun tonight. Sometimes you just have to have some laughter. Oh my goodness. Jerica, Ivory, where's Ivory? Where's Ivory? Come on, I heard you say Ivory was there too. Don't be trying to hide. I already know now.
She coming.
Y'all, you just don't understand. You would think like when we're talking and people that we have met in person, we met on Clubhouse. And when I tell you Team TrevisMichelle, now, yes, I have Sasha, Akil, and Khalik, my 3 children, absolutely. And I have Michelle and I have, hi, beautiful, thank you. So happy to see you. But I have Dr. Miata, I have Dr. Nikki, I have Gail. I mean, I can't even name everyone, so I don't want to miss anyone, but women who just call me, text me, DM me, how are you doing?
Right.
People, you guys on Facebook, when you heard that I was in a fight for my life, curable cervical cancer, the messages, and some of them from people that, you know, I'm just part of their groups on Facebook, but just knowing that you guys are thinking about me. You know, she has to try to show out with her glasses, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Popping there. The eye work. But you know, it means so much. And that's why I am just so people ask me about my confidence and why I'm always happy. And when I go into the hospital every single day, they're like, you're always so chipper. We look forward to you. I mean, we know your treatment's going to end, but you just make our day. And that means so much to me because I go in with my pearls on every single day. Every day I have my glasses and stuff. I have my, you know, my gear on and I walk in there popping. Now I have to go up this steep hill, Dr. Nikki, steep hill. And when I get to the top, I do my little Rocky.
Come on
because
now.
it takes everything. And I shared with my daughter, and I'm going to share with the world what gets me up that hill. And it's like it's one hill, and then it's a second one because it's not in the Bronx, but it's way uptown, Washington Heights. And I say my children and my grandchildren's name because God gave me a second chance, several chances, but with this, especially saying this is curable with my cervical cancer. And so I know that I'm building a legacy, right, with TrevisMichelle. And I say Akil, Sasha, Khalid, Rain, Aubrey, Ethan, Christian, as I march up that hill. And when I get up there, I do my little victory dance because it has taken me everything to get up in the morning.
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
Your big victory dance, not little, remember?
Excuse me, my big victory dance. You're absolutely right. My big victory dance every single day. And, you know, we don't know what we're going through individually. Some people share. I do. I come out and I talk about it because God said I have to. Because if I'm going to show what he's done for me, then I have to share it. Because if it was up to TrevisMichelle, it wouldn't be none of y'all business. I always say that. Y'all wouldn't be knowing. But God told me that I have to share because it's going to save somebody else's life. So with that being said, I need all women here, please go to your gynecologist, go and get your checkups. I'm being very transparent. Because I have PTSD from them, I did not go as often as I should have. And you know what? I had to forgive myself for that. I had to forgive myself. And like when the doctors would say, well, when was the last time? And I had to give them this crazy number. When I went to my team that I have now at Columbia, New York, Columbia Presbyterian, they said, don't worry about it. There are plenty of women like you. Don't feel guilty. You know, when your team says it's okay, it's so much easier to forgive yourself because you be thinking you're the only idiot out there. And so I am spreading the word. We talk about breast cancer, we talk about everything, but we really don't take care of our purse. And that is our fallopian tubes, our ovaries and our vagina, our cervix. and they're very, very important. They give birth, they give life, they give pleasure, right? So that is our most precious prize. And I feel that we really need to bring awareness, especially in the Black and the brown community, because I'm telling you right now, I'm a registered nurse, and I went for two opinions, and my patient experience was totally different. So I just wanted to throw that up there. But I want to say hi to Kay. Your Dr. Jerry's in the house. Gail, God's child, Erica, Edith, Carrie. Yes, yes. I am so Patricia Burton. Thank you all for jumping in. Herpreneur is in the house. Her ambassadors. I'm just excited to see you. So, Dr. Nikki, come on. So tell me, how are you? What are you doing to boss up? Because you know what? I already had this pre-planned, and then I saw tonight, great minds think alike. So what are you doing, luscious one, going into 2022?
Yeah, I just got out Clubhouse. In fact, they on Clubhouse. They about to start I just inboxed Dr. Michelle and said, "Come on, y'all. We on TrevisMichelle. Let's wrap this thing up." What it is for me, what I'm bossing up on, I had to understand my value. I had to understand, you know how you meet somebody like, I'm gonna be successful, I want to be successful, I want to be successful. And right. God said, no. He said, you want to be valuable, because if you're valuable, then guess what? Success is going to come. And so for me in this season, I'm learning how to choose my battle wisely, TrevisMichelle, and not just do what I feel, but what God has instructed me to do, and bring value to the table. Don't waste time on the negative. Kick that out the door, get the pruning on, check your circles, and make sure you have the right people that believes in you to build you and build the momentum. And so that's what I'm doing in this season. I don't have time for dead weight. We got to keep going. We got things to do. It's
you
time.
Absolutely. No dead weight. I'm not carrying dead weight. I know, you know what? Yeah, I love you, as they used to. I love you, but I can't be with you.
I can't be with you.
You know, and because sometimes their mindset just stays that. That's why I say mindset shift. There's a difference between just saying mindset. I'm very intentional when I say mindset shift. I had a mindset as to how I should be doing things. And then God said, okay, well, we're going to meet you where you are. And that's what I love about God. He met me where I was. He didn't just try to change me. We want to walk into people's lives and just change them instead of meeting them where they are, working your way in, because he had to work on me. Because I can tell you now, a year ago, 2 years ago, I wouldn't be in this place. I may be balled up somewhere. Why me, God? Why me? What's going on? What do I have to do? One thing I will share with you, I have never asked God during this whole process, why me? To the point that I was laying down one day and I was like, wait a minute. I've never asked you why. Because you know what? I didn't care why. Yeah. I just said, God, what's next? What's my purpose? Because you did this for a purpose. You said, and it's curable. So I know you have a plan. That's so I just need you to show me the plan. So I've never, and because of that, and because I didn't walk in with fear. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because I'm like, what's going on? But he's been working on me. So over the last 2 years, and this with COVID, I wasn't able to run into the church, and we forget we're supposed to be there for God, but I'm doing this on that club, that committee. And you end up not realizing it, worshiping the building and the pastors when it's supposed to be God. So when he sat us all down, this is the closest. I mean, what? I don't talk to God like, okay, God, and do all my hands. No, when I have to lay prostrate in my house, I lay prostrate. When I have to snot and cry, I snot and cry. But I sit and just have conversations with him. And because of that, I was able to really hear his voice, Dr. Nikki. I was able to hear what he needed to say to me. And I know people saying, how does that work? Meaning, I'd ask God questions, and it'll come through with Dr. Nikki, and then it'll come through with my daughter. And then you see what manifests like that? So I just want to be clear, because some people who may not realize, and just hear you say, well, God talked to me. Well, for me, he will speak through other folks because he knows I can be a little thick sometimes. So
amen.
I need to hear it a couple times.
That part right there. But you know what? He knows the plans for our life. He knows our thoughts. He knows that's one thing I love about God, Travis, is that he knows our heart. Like he knows our heart. And so being that he knows us because he made us, then he won't put too much on us that we cannot bear. He knows what we can tolerate, what we can't. And in this season, I think for me, I'm learning how to take it one day at a time. I'm learning how to really ask God for his holy will for my life and be obedient. Because back in the day, baby, I'm like, I wouldn't stand God, I wouldn't ask him. Then I was doing what I wanted to do, the way I want to do it, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it. And now in this season, I completely backed all the way up and said, you know what? I surrender. I give it up, Lord. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it in your will. And so once we learn how to be obedient towards his will, TrevisMichelle, that's when you'll see the manifestation that God has for our life in this season. I'm learning how to just get all out of the way and let God do what he do best and just show up and show out in the season. That's what I'm doing.
Exactly. And you know what people don't understand, and you know what, in our business, they always say, you have to find your audience. You got to find your audience. Well, with God, he brings your audience to you.
Directly to your face.
And that's something that, yes, we have to listen and learn. Like Dr. Nikki hasn't mentioned it, but she's a brand expert. Okay, she's a beast. And there are certain ways, and I'm going to share this. When putting out a journal, putting out a book, you're supposed to market a certain way. I know that. And I put myself out here all the time. I'm not telling anybody to do what I did, but you should really have, start people talking about it, doing your flyers, doing your posts, all of this stuff, right? Well, y'all, I'm going through chemotherapy and I'm going through radiation every day. I'm lucky that today, finally, I can put my words together, because for the last 2 days, I have been stuttering. I had brain fog. I had to I wasn't on the phone. Anyone I spoke to, I had to let them know that I was not, on drugs or something, and I wasn't having a stroke. But right. Chemo it hit me so hard, and I didn't have a chance to really recover because I had it on Monday. So, being forgetful and all of that. But what I had to learn was done is better than perfect. Yes, and right. Tiffany, let me tell you, from Inspired Author, she's like, girl, okay, look, when we were supposed to do it the week before, God set me down. I was shut down. I had nothing left. I did the show with the councilwoman, but I had nothing. That was straight God. I was on fumes. And then she says, okay, so I said, it'll launch on Friday. And then I was like, I'm not well enough. When it launched on Sunday, and think about it, Sunday is God's day. Wow. That we both said that was God's day. And so that's when I launched it. And I was supposed to, like you said, do all of the pre-launching and all of that. I sent a text. Tiffany goes, girl, I wanted you to let me read your text before. I say, hey, I want to be a #1 bestseller. I really appreciate your support. Thank you in advance. Bam. That was it. I sent it out to people. And next thing you know, they just responded. I didn't have time. I did a straight call to action. She was like, oh my goodness. That's what's up. There it is. And you know what? And I'm going to share this. So it went out a first time as the top 5 new releases. So I shared it with someone who, I really valued, and they will remain nameless. And they shot back at me that don't advertise that, because you should only advertise if it's #1. I was so excited for my win. I was laying on the couch, not able to move, sick as a dog. And they tried to make me feel small. So all I said was, you know what? A win is still a win. So I'm still proud of myself. And I'm to rain on your parade.
Well, I'm proud of you too. We're not going to we're not going to worry about what they said, because at the end of the day, bestseller.
No. So with that, you hear this. So Tiffany and I, we were like upset and everything. We got it all out of our system, because it's very important to purge. You have that friend you can talk to, and she's helped me get this published. So we were like, that's fine. Well, can I tell you, the next day we came out #1 international bestseller, not just #1. British and UK, British and Ireland contemporary literature. Tiffany goes, I didn't put that category in. I only put in contemporary. God did the rest.
God.
So you know what she said? You went from 5 to 1.
Mm.
You hear what I'm saying? God took the 5 and made 1. And so I was telling this story and sharing because you don't let anyone make your win seem small.
That's right.
And it's a W and an L. It's a W and an L. It's not how big, how little. It's a win. And right now, people need wins. And we need to be more mindful of the way we speak to each other because there's so many people who are having mental health challenges because we can't hug, we can't kiss, we can't go to each other's house. We got this Omicron stuff going on. A lot of people getting sick, and it's, you know, they really don't have a hold on it, right? And we're tired. We're tired. We know that. So you can't travel and move the way we're used to. We're not used to being isolated. It plays on people's heads. It plays on their emotions. So we need to be kinder going into 2022 and more mindful of the impact that our words, that our tongue has on other people. Now we all gonna lose it sometimes. So now I know we're not perfect. We really need to be more mindful of that. Will you say, Dr. Nikki?
Listen, we have to be mindful about everything in this season. We got to be strategic in everything. But I do have my book. My book came in. My daughters pretty much tried to take my book back from me, so I got to order another book. But you know what? I just believe in this season, collaboration is important. I believe in this season that we must have to understand that we got to learn how to fix crowns. We have to learn how to really lean on God for every situation and everything. I did bring my book. I want to release on the show.
Yes.
First time I opened up my book, I told Travis, I was like, man, so I want to give a shout out to Monique Fleming for allowing me to be a part of the Let Daughters Arise Volume 2. There it is.
Congratulations.
I'm so excited about this book. I'm like, oh my God. And we actually made, bestseller as well. So it's just all about collaboration, man. Listen, we got to get it done in this season. And we have to learn how to love one another. I was talking about that in Clubhouse earlier. I'm like, as women, love is an action word.
Yes.
How you love me is how you support me. How you love me is how you fix my crown. If my glasses are crooked, Dr. Nikki, fix your wig, fix your crown. You know what I'm saying? Be honest with people. Like, love is an action word. And so we tend to use that word and say, you my sis, I love you. And no, show me how you love me. Tell me, support me. If I got something going on, invest in me. So when Travis called my phone, we got my message from Travis, I was like, let me go buy my big sister's book. And I got the book. You know what I'm saying? Because I want her to understand she's not by herself. We are in this thing together. Collaboration trumps competition all the time. And it is what it is. I see Mavis on here. Hey, Mavis.
Yes. Thank you so much, you guys, for popping in. We appreciate you so much. What I do is, as a surprise, if you have your business, I want you to put it in the comments, and I'm going to put it across the screen because I want people to share and go to your site, whether it's your website, your IG. Please post it, and I'm going to pop you up on the screen because, look, we're on YouTube. This is Foreverwary, and we're on Facebook, and this is part of collaboration, and this is really part of supporting each other. Because how are people going to know about you unless you tell them, unless you show up? And that means that you need to collaborate on people's IG lives. You need to collaborate on their Facebook lives. You need to get on their shows, and you have to get on podcasts. You have to be uncomfortable, right, Dr. Nikki? You can't, if you're comfortable, you ain't doing nothing. Like, you guys think that I'm so comfortable.
But Travis, you know how we do it on Clubhouse. You can't be around us comfortable. It ain't gonna never work. Like, we're gonna cause you out, and you got to get your pitch. You got to get your pitch together. You got to make sure you on point because you never know who's in the room. You don't know who's watching this. We have to stay ready, so we don't have to get ready all the time. We got to stay ready. And we can't stop. We in this season is no more excuses. We can't make no more excuses on why we're not the way we are. We got to learn how to step into the deep and know that God's gonna carry us and we're gonna swim. Swim. No more excuses.
Be stronger than your excuses. I
Oh,
have to drink 2 of these. My son purchased this when he found out I had to drink so much water, which I really can't stand water now, but I drink it because I have to. I have to. And I look at this and it says, be stronger than your excuses. And I can
yeah.
come up with a million excuses as to why I don't feel like drinking water, but I know I have to do it. And so when I say, people look at me and like, oh, you're so confident and you just, it's so comfortable. No, a lot of times I'm not comfortable, but I do it anyway because when you have this love of the Lord and you know that you have a purpose and you have a story to get out, and now I'm so comfortable in my skin, it's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's on you. You could offer me $50 million, but tell me I can't mention God, you can keep your $50 million. That's how strongly I feel about everywhere I go. Part of my story, it has to be because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him.
Come
So
on
that
now.
has to be a part of all of my story. Even if you guys see me mess up, that's okay because I'm human and I will. All right, Adam and Eve messed that up for us. So stop trying to act like everybody's supposed to be perfect. Okay? Just cut it out. Cut it to the out. They done messed it up for us. So but God forgives us and we have to forgive ourselves. And that's why with Boss Up with Confidence, it definitely is bigger than me. I gave this copy to my oncologist, Dr. Cockley, and she looked at it, she went through it, and she goes, I'm so proud of you because you did this while you're fighting. And she says, I have to stop being a mother and a doctor and to everybody else. And I plan on 2022 spending time to just get back into myself. So this journal is right on time. What? And she doesn't look like me. But she sees the value. It wasn't thrown together, guys. I thought about this. This is I wanted quick wins. So when people look at it and go, oh, but it's not, journals and they'll be off there. No, because I need you to have a quick win because sometimes it takes so long and you don't even get to the end of a project or a book sometimes, right? But if you can get through and get a quick win, whether you're at the W, which is willing participant, just so that your mindset shifts to say, I want to do better for me. I want to grow. I need to change some stuff and just start thinking about that. That's a huge win. And then you go on to action steps and you actually prayer, losing weight, stop smoking, pruning people out your life, whatever those action steps are, going to a mental health professional, that's a win. And then L, loving yourself, forgiving yourself for what you didn't do, not being the best parent, wife, or making the best decisions, but loving yourself anyway by forgiving you. We are taught to forgive everybody else, but forgive yourself first. And then K, when you get up to there and you kicking butt. So I got to prune you out my life, not taking dead weight with me, but I'm good with that. So wherever you fall on this spectrum, it's a win. It's a win. And then we have, quotes in here. My quote, dream bigger than your thoughts and let your thoughts be bigger than your dreams. And that's like the last quote I have in here. But I wanted to have 2 quotes by women you don't know, right? Because we always have, we love us some Michelle Obama and everybody. But this one, the woman who does not require validation from anyone is the most feared individual on the planet.
My God.
Monica Najumi. Now you have to look her up in Google. Just Google her. You see what I'm saying? So it's powerful. And I'm like Dr. Nikki. I'm very feminine. I'm girly girl. So I made sure it has like the script. I love this. And my pink, I'm all about my pink life. You see my glasses are pink too. But I wanted you, when you look at this, when you look at the book, the journal, you smile. Like every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, because it looks like it's gold and pink and bubbly. And that's how I want you to do your work. Not when you're going in and you're so serious, right? That you're frowning. I want you to I'm helping me. This is about me. And the reason this cover looks this way, I have to give credit to my daughter. I wanted it to have a woman's face. And my daughter was like, Mom, if I'm going to write in the journal, I want to know that I'm writing about me. So I don't want to see somebody else's face. And I
That's
was
true.
like, wow. And my daughter is my audience.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to listen. I could have ignored her. And this is what I want. Because no. You have to be open. Dr. Nikki, what do you say? You have to be coachable. You have to be teachable.
Coachable and teachable.
And
Period.
that's why the cover is the way. And then inside, they were just like, you're too wordy, Ma. You're too wordy. Oh my gosh. You realize that I'm a cancer patient. I wanted to and they were like, no, you're getting this done. Let's go. No excuses. Dr. Nikki was like, no, the branding class. Yeah. Where are you? I was laid out like, she's like, hey, where are you? Get in here. Let's go. I'm like, okay. Nobody let me just lay back and say, okay, I'm going to just let me slide. They didn't let me slide. And by the end of the year, Dr. Nikki told us, the herb ambassadors. Now, everybody may not have done it and for whatever reason, but I'm responsible for what I do. She says everybody needs to have a product by the end of the year. I had a product. Yes, I have my Saving Lives While Fighting for Mine, the anthology. But she says everybody needs to have their own product.
That's right.
Before the end of the year.
Come on.
My product.
Period.
And it's passive income.
That part. It's that income right there.
Exactly. So what I want to do though, I don't know if people heard, please put in your business, give me your website, put it in the comment section so that we can then share it. And this way, when people even come on, my dog wants to be in this video so bad. I'm just telling you, because he never really barks, but he's just acting a fool tonight, but that's okay. There are dogs on the TV. He's watching his television. But y'all got your children. I have my 5-pound toy poodle. Okay.
Wow.
But really, I want people to be able to see your business so that when they even do the replay and they look at the comments, they can see your business. Because look, if you don't put it out there, how are they going to find you?
And listen, visibility brings profitability and credibility. You got to do it. You got to do it in this season. You cannot wait on people to want to invest in you. You got to invest in yourself in this season. In this season. Wow. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. I'm happy that we're doing this. I'm happy that your show is flourishing. I see numbers are always rising. People are always supporting. So that's a blessing, Travis. Folks don't have to support.
They
But
don't.
I always tell people, thank you for, just showing up. Thank you for showing up. So I just want
to. I thank them for, it's great that you showed up for me, but you're coming here. You showed up for you. Mm-hmm. Anytime that, I'm speaking and on whatever platform, and I always want people to know you showed up for you. Okay. And that's what's really important. You showed up for you.
That's right.
Because it's really, I know we're taught it's, putting everybody else first, but you have to put yourself first.
You gotta put that's it.
You have to, because how can you be an example for your children, your grandchildren? Because they see, the thing is, why we perpetuate that strong Black woman all the time and we don't need anybody? Because we don't show that we need and that we reach out for help. So then you just perpetuate that whole time. And then we're having high blood pressure and stroking and the cancers and stuff because we're not taking time to care for our bodies. And we have to show our children that it's okay, because your greatest strength is being able to acknowledge your weaknesses and then work on it.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Mavis says, strong her, Dr. Nikki. Visibility, profitability, credibility. Absolutely.
That's it. That's
we
it.
Have to. And we have to continue. We can't stop.
So what's your plan? How you gonna boss up for 22?
Look, number one, I'm just so proud to be a board member of her ambassadors, Herpreneur Network, and now a regional director. That's huge. You don't even know what that really means. That is huge. I've been involved in so many organizations, worked really hard, never asked for anything. And when Dr. Nikki came to me, I know this is a game changer. Okay.
Mhm.
Definitely having my online course and then moving into my 12-week program, my online course, we go in depth on the WALK method, which is my signature method, making sure my stuff is all trademarked, which it is being trademarked.
Oh,
Okay. And that's huge. It doesn't seem, but it is huge. We have to protect our intellectual properties.
you gotta do.
Also, with my 12-week program, it's more than the walk, it's forgiveness, freedom, and redemption. How do you get there?
Mhm.
And the reason I'm an expert is because I've been there,
That's
because
right.
I'm going through. It's not, oh, been there, done that. Absolutely not. Let me tell you, this walk method, you can use it in a divorce, you get fired, having children. It's an actual tool because we all have to stop. I had to stop again and do the walk method, finding out I had cervical cancer. Now, what decision am I going to make? Dr. Nikki, am I going to ball up or am I going to fight?
Come on
What
now.
action steps am I going to take? Do you know that my oncologist and my regular gynecologist said that a lot of Black and brown women get their diagnoses and they do not move forward?
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm looking at her like, what? Because they have a responsibility. And so they're so busy trying to take care of others, they don't
Mhm.
take care of themselves. And it is curable with cervical cancer. It is highly curable. And she
Mm.
said, they kept thanking me for following through and so quickly. And I'm looking at them like, what are you talking about?
Right.
So, and I keep sharing this because it is just, it's something that we don't think about. And I
Mhm.
really want to bring awareness. In our Black and brown communities, when we go to the doctors, we're not treated the same. So one
Mm.
of the ways that I am bossing up is I was given names of organizations and I'm going to contact them and get for paid speaking.
Wow.
I ain't say free. I said paid speaking because
Hey.
everybody got a budget. Everybody got a budget. And that's how we need to also boss up. Everyone has a budget. Know your worth.
Woo. Now that's some good stuff right there.
Okay.
You gotta know your worth.
And then be okay with it. Because my journal, someone was like, oh, make it a really low price. And then no, because then I know the value. I know the hard work. Y'all don't understand. Sick as a
No.
dog, still doing this, going through, pushing it out, birthing this bad boy. Okay. No, I'm not going to juggle my numbers.
Mm.
And Tiffany was like, girl, you making me have to really level up now. I got to change my numbers. I said, no, that's it. If people can't pay that, then they're not my audience and I'm okay with it. But I'm not changing it because the paper, my daughter said to me, Ma, thank you so much. That's what you call me, Ma. Ma, thank you so much. The paper is, I like the paper, the weight of the paper, because I can write on it and it doesn't bleed through
Mm.
because I didn't go cheap on the paper.
That's
Hmm?
right.
Okay. Those little details, as sick as I was. And Tiffany's like, well, you don't have to do this. But she just was giving me options, wasn't telling me what to do, but she was explaining. And I was like, no, this is what I want. I don't mind paying extra because, see, I value me and I value you. So if I give you a crappy product, Dr. Nikki's not going to talk about me talking about, oh, you understand? I made sure there was an introduction in it.
Mm.
Tiffany's like, oh no, you have to have an introduction. No, you have to have, I know it's a journal, but it's still, we're not treating it. You have to have your introduction. You have to have your picture on the back. People need to associate your name with who you, I was like, okay.
My God.
You see what she snatched my edges up and said, oh no, this is how this has to be done. Hmm? And then in that introduction, you at least have an idea, a guidance, right? I didn't want the journal to be a brain dump.
Mm.
That's fine. For some journals, that's fine. But for this, to get a win, you have to be intentional. So I'm going
Yeah.
into 2022 with intentionality. Huh? If y'all look at my doctor, I saw Dr. Nikki's. I felt so good when I had my little Merry Christmas, and it was like, wow. My kids were like, "Ma, I love your your flyer." It's like, that's right. Can't go out like that, you know? And so I'm saying that to the herbassadors, get your flyers and stuff together. I'm just saying.
Come on, get them together. Let's do this.
Get it together. Because, hi, Shonda. Thank you, Queen, for popping in. You know what I'm saying? Get it together because people will look at your quality.
Period. And if it ain't right, guess what? You can't do nothing. I tell you what, Shonda texted me on Christmas Day and she said, Dr. Nikki, she said, I want to bless you. And I said, what? I'm like, what is she talking about? She said, lighting, because I had, of course I have the lighting right here, but I wanted a, bigger light. And so I didn't, and my light broke. My kids broke my light at the church. And so she said, call me. So I said, well, I don't want to bother her. So on the way to meet Jerica this morning, I said, you know what? I do need another light. Because, lighting is everything. You see how your light is? Like, I have light. Like, this is my light.
Right.
That look better right there. Okay, here it is. But
sometimes it's positioning.
Yep, it's all about the position. She hooked me up with her cousin company called Joystick. And they're shipping me a light and a stand to make my stuff look better. But guess what? That was a blessing. She didn't have to do that.
Right.
Her flowers while she's still living. Sometimes, Travis, will wait until somebody dead and gone and said, well, she was a blessing to me. Well, why you didn't say that while she still was living?
Absolutely.
Why you wait until she left and now you want to talk about it? Like, don't do that. Open up your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So in this season, love, once again, is another action word. We can't talk about love and don't be about love. So I just want to give her a shout out for just calling me and said, Dr. Nikki, let me take you to a different level. And I appreciate that. So
thank you so much. But see, this is what we're about. So it's not, it's the way we live our life. And when you live your life that way, you don't have to think about it. It just comes natural.
Okay.
And I think now with us going through COVID, people are more comfortable with people being natural.
That's right.
And not having all the, we used to have a 1,000 filters on. Now, I'm not saying when you get your professional photos, yes, the work has to be done and we have to, be polished, but being able to just be authentically yourself. And I don't use that word lightly because you always have buzzwords, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you can just be comfortable in your skin and learn to forgive and love yourself, it frees you up.
Yep.
That you see how that forgiveness transitions you into that freedom. Because once I forgave myself for, not being the best mom at times, and because that happens if you're a parent, you're just not perfect. For putting my children, unfortunately, through a divorce, for not fighting my attackers hard enough, for just forgiving myself for my stuff, right? It freed me. It freed me that now, if you don't like who I am, I'm good with that. Because I've already asked God to forgive me and I've forgiven myself. So now I have the freedom to really grow. Because until you forgive yourself, you're holding yourself back. You're holding yourself hostage. It's like you're in a vice. But when you forgive, you just get to blossom. You get to bloom. And you're still not gonna make all the same, the best choices all the time. But you're free to do that.
Right.
Because you know that, yeah, well, you know what? I'm gonna love myself with all my mess, but I'm gonna fix my mess. Okay? Wow. There's a difference.
There is a difference.
What does Shonda say? We have to fix each other's crowns. Absolutely.
I'm gonna come through with this eyeglass. Come on now. You already know we're gonna vote, get out.
I love me some eyeglasses. That's one of my vices. Angela House. Hi, Coach Angela's in the house. Yeah, fix my mess. That's what we have to do. We got to fix it. But once you've gone through your forgiveness, right, and now your freedom, then you have redemption. Then you're free to say, hey, you know what? I wronged you. I apologize. One of the biggest things I was able to do with that redemption was go to my daughter, and she came to me and we had it. I mean, she just told me exactly how she was feeling growing up and everything. And I was able to ask for her forgiveness. That's redemption. I was able to hear what she said, not make it see, well, I was a mom. I did the best I could. That bull crap. Yeah, I said that bull crap, because half the time it's a cop out. I actually listened and asked her to forgive me without any explanation, without any extra words. And we were able to cry it out. And, we still have work to do, but it opened the door. It like blew it poof, off the hinges. That was huge because I respect her as a woman. I respect her as my daughter. I respect her as a wife, and I respect her as a mother and a sister. So, we have to put our stuff aside and really listen to our children, and make offenses and with other people. And that's for that redemption. So when y'all see me up here, yeah, you doggone right. I'm going to hop, skip, and jump when I can. All right. I'll be riding my bike again. I'm going to be doing all of those things. But I know with expectation what's coming. Does that make sense?
It does.
Hey, Dr. Joe, I see you.
Respect is important. Hey, Dr. Joe. Hi.
I'm so glad to see you guys. Yeah, and so for those of you who are listening and on the replay, this is TrevisMichelle, Late Night with TrevisMichelle, host with our wonderful guest, Dr. Nikki Ziegler. We're here every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tonight we were just closing out the year. We just wanted to share how we're going to boss up going into 2022. I wanted to share about my journal that you can go and purchase over on Amazon.
Get the copy.
And I just want people to have the hope of something better. But you have to change your mindset and shift it, even if you don't know what it looks like. And so tonight it is just coming on two beautiful women sharing support to each other. Her ambassadors coming on, sharing, you guys sharing this out over YouTube, just sharing light and love and talking about God, because all of this is a foundation of God, because that's who rules our life, right? He's my pilot, because I am no good at it. I've tried it for years and made a hot mess of it. So now it's time to do something different. So that's how we're showing how we're going to boss up in 2022. Never think it's too late. January 1st come and you still don't have all of your things you're supposed to do because you're supposed to be already in 2023 and stuff. That's not for everybody. Everybody works differently. Yes, you got to wake up at 5 a.m. and crack. Well, some people don't. Some people want to do 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Some people are better at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. You have to do what's best for you. Let's stop copying everybody else.
That's right.
For 2022, can we try that? Can we stop copying? Now, I'm not saying if there's a formula for business like that. Now, okay, that's different. Don't get crazy. But be who you are. Someone said to me, remember Dr. Nick? Oh, I want to be like you and Dr. Nikki. And I was like, no, you want to be like yourself. Right? You want to see what we're doing and even surpass us so that we see what you're doing and we surpass you. You know what I mean? But we're growing together. It's not a competition. Like, girl, yeah, I got this information, so come on along. When you go in, how many people have glasses? They don't say, oh, well, there's too many glasses out there, or there's too much makeup. No, you go in there and everybody and their mama has a makeup line. Somebody's making money, right? They must be making money. So if you are you, no one can be you the way you can be you. Because when God made you, he broke the mold, even if you're a twin, right? So walk with confidence into your 2022, being the best version of you, and continue working on yourself every day. You do a little bit every day. And I'm like Dr. Nikki said, there's no little and no small. So I'm not going to call things a small win and a big win. It's a win, period. You woke up. Some people who are depressed, getting up, just the fact that they got up and decided to live that day, that's a win.
That's true.
Right? So it's all relative. Don't compare yours to someone else's. Dr. Nikki, tell us how we can find you, please.
You can find me at the Herpreneur Network, or you can go to drnickyziegler.com, or you can go to hbcumagazine.com. And that's how you can find me. Come on, let's connect. We got the Stronger Her retreat coming up. It's going to be September the 14th through the 17th. I'm looking for 365 ladies to help me write this biblical affirmation book called 365 Days of Biblical Affirmation. I want to give a shout out to to my head board coach, Angela House, for being in here. Thank you so much. I see Dr. Miata still working Clubhouse. They're still having their dialogue. But shout out to Travis. Travis is going to be featured inside the Herpreneur magazine. She's also going to write the affirmation book with me. She also going to be at the Herpreneur boot camp. I mean, always supporting. If I call her, she said, "Where we at? Where we going? What do I need to do? How can I help you?" So I appreciate all the love that she has given me. I'm just excited about all things us. And the best is yet to come. And I will see you soon.
Yeah, we are so excited. Like I said, also, Dr. Nikki didn't mention every day, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Clubhouse. You come into Herpreneur Network and we have a business check-in. And you also can give certain days, we do a 60-second pitch or introduction. And it helps you because when you go onto these other stages in Clubhouse, when you go onto IG, when you might be going to an event, you need to tell people about your business.
That's right.
Meaning short. They don't need to hear the round the block down through the hood. They need to know immediately what you do, who you are, and how you can serve. Okay. Yes, we want support, but how can you serve? When you go at it with an attitude of service, it's different. It hits different. It doesn't seem like work and it doesn't seem salesy. You know who you are, you know your brand, then you should be able to talk about it.
That's true.
Right?
Right. Well, all right then, girl. Well, I appreciate coming to hang out with you. And shout out to all the her bastards for supporting, and Yolanda, Jerry, my girl, Mavis, just all the love has been shared. Thank you so much, Travis, for allowing me to hang out and be your sidekick tonight. I appreciate you.
Dr. Nikki, you have no idea because you have pulled, this is the ugly side of the backstory. You done pulled me through. Because I mean, y'all don't know, on Wednesdays, I am struggling by the end of the week, middle of the week, I be struggling. But I know that the show has to go on and I have made a commitment since July 28th. But before I go, I have to say a huge shout out to my oldest son, Akil. Today is his birthday.
Happy birthday!
I am just so excited. I spoke to him because I don't speak to my children until they're actually born, their time. So he wasn't born until like 6:36. So I had to wait all day to call him. So I can't talk to him because he wasn't born. It's a family tradition. It sounds crazy. So we wait. And so then I call him to check on him and say happy birthday. So I'm just so excited for him. And I was able to, like you said, I gave him his flowers today. And I told him I was so proud and happy that I was his mom. And that I'm so proud of the man he's grown up to be and the father. And that because people, people know that he was conceived by my attacker, but I made the choice to keep him and I told him if I had to go through it a million times two in order for him to be born, that was the right decision for me. And it was intentional on my part. And, again, telling him how much I love him. And I think that's something that we don't do enough of as parents. So he needed to hear that. And I needed to tell him, Dr. Nikki, now, not later.
After 6 o'clock, though. But listen, don't forget, guys, my books are in. Support me. The books are in.
Dr. Nikki, can you type it in so that we can see where to go? You didn't type that in the comments.
Check real quick.
And this way I can post it so people will know exactly. Shonda, you said you couldn't wait that long. You start at 12:01 a.m. They know, all of my children know, I don't speak to them until they're born on that day.
All right, I just put it on there. So guys, the book is out. Come see me. It's $15.99 for local and $20 to get it shipped out. Let the daughters arise. Shout out to Monique Fleming for allowing me to be a part of this anthology. I really enjoyed myself. Thank you, Travis. I'm
One
back.
second, I want to put it out there. She's so busy there. There you go. There you go. So that you can get your copy of Dr. Put your book up. Dr. Nikki, show your book. You want an autographed copy? There you go. Dr. Nikki Ziegler at gmail.com. So you get your copy. Support her. I love you guys. Hey, remember, you matter, you count. Make 2022 work. Before we go, give me your gem, Dr. Nikki.
The best is yet to come. Stay encouraged.
Well, you know how this is going to end. What? This is TrevisMichelle. Too much for some, y'all know. Not enough for others. Get on board, you be all right. But guess what? I'm always just right for me. I will see you next time. Thank you all.
Bye, y'all.
Good night.